Hello everyone and welcome to the Iron Warrior Cosplay livestream part 2 Electric Boogaloo with me, your host, Iron Warrior Cosplay. This is the Joy of Chaos painting stream. Yes, it is Tonk indeed, Mr. Titan. So we are back. This is part 2, as many of you know. And we are going straight to Tadia. We're going to be doing things on the table. This is painting stream for after all. So, first thing I've got to do is just show you guys some stuff. So, let's have a quick look. Mr. Titan, you are indeed numero uno. You have 50 XP. Well done, well done. I also need to figure out with the chat. The chat should have been running the whole time. So I'm not sure why it wasn't running and then like refreshed when it became active, which is kind of weird because I've got it set to not do it. Re-emerges from the warp. You went and then you came back. I love it. So what I want to show you guys is this. Now, before I do, let me just thought as much. I knew it would when at the second I moved it. I just knew. Foreshadowing. So, welcome back everyone. It is indeed the Joy of Chaos painting stream. For those of you who missed the intro, you can go back and watch it again. I love the intro. So, right here is my current build. This is what I'm currently working on. There's still some bits to do. There's still some, it's happening. So, hashtag 88. There was an 8. Is there an 8? There is an 88 on there. Yeah, there is 88 here. This is a real German ammunition box that I bought at Tankfest, which, if you haven't already, go check out my previous stream where we talk about Tankfest. So there's a lot of work that needs to do on this. For those of you who are wondering, there will be a video on this. There's a video actually going out on my TikTok and my YouTube immediately after stream. They're set to when I finish stream, it goes off. So I bought these at Tankfest. Bought this at Tankfest. I did this. I made a stencil, which I don't actually... Yes, I do. I have it over there. I have the stencil for this, and I dabbed it all on. I do need to paint an eye on the eagle, because obviously one can see into the future, the other is blind to the past, all that cool stuff. Let me just move my phone, actually. Get it to charge. Go. Now, I made some alterations to this box. I took off the old leather because it was knackered. The old leather was cooked. It was done and dusted. There was nothing the old leather was going to do me that I couldn't, just replace. So right now, I'm waiting for some leather to arrive. My dad actually has a friend of his who's got some old leather straps and leather belts and stuff that I have been told I can have. So I'm hoping they're good enough. I'm going to put one here, nice long one, so that this doesn't just hinge upwards. It can hinge all the way back and hopefully back on itself. Like, I want them to be that long that it can just fold out of the way, essentially. We'll see. I have been umming and ahhing about making it so I could pop them off. We'll see. Anyway, so as many of you have seen as well on my Facebook, Discord, Instagram and such, I have been working on some stick grenades. Now, I had two. Two were done, and I'm really happy with how they look and everything, but I needed a third one. Well, I ordered a third one, and it arrived. Let me bring you guys down a little bit, actually. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit closer. There we go. Happy with that. So, I ordered another one. I knew it was going to arrive, but I don't know why I didn't think of this before. But suddenly, it hit me like a ton of bricks. My incredible girlfriend bought me a stick grenade for my Creed cosplay. And I turned it into a stick grenade. I sanded it all off, repainted it, burnt the handle, painted the metal ring, did everything I needed to do, and did an Aquila on it. And I wear it on my belt at cons when I'm wearing my Krieg. But I've always been worried about it being told, oh, it's too heavy. You can use it as a weapon or something like that. It's not. I'm never going to, but you know what security's like. Praise be unto you all, the Galactic Elephant. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, by the way, welcome, Mr. Titan. Thank you for being here. Roman Father, thank you so much for coming back. The Pengler, who emerged from the warp. Galactic Elephant, as always. The theory the Emperor was Bob Ross in the past. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Genuinely. So, I thought, well, why not use that one? That's silly. Why not just use that one to put in the crate just for now? My one arrived today, and turns out it's hollow completely, has a metal head to it that's unscrewable. It's like a little tin lid, and has a cap that can screw on with the pull string and everything. And I was like, oh my god, this thing is so lightweight. So I'm going to do the same to that tonight as I've done to these three, and use that one for my cosplay because it's lightweight and it's less likely to get told off for carrying it. So, this will be fine. Famous last words. But these are the stick grenades that I've made. So, here they are in all their glory. One here, one in the middle, and one at the end here. As you can see, they're all relatively the same. The middle one, as you can see, the middle one's slightly lighter. The middle one is my OG one. The middle one is the original. The reason I know, personally I know, is this one has a shoulder. This one has a square shoulder. This one has a square shoulder. This one has a nice rounded, tapered shoulder. Okay? Now, this is really cool. But the thing I need to work on at the moment for this, for these props and stuff, by the way, they're props for God's sake, is I need something to hold them in the box like this, right? So I am laser cutting some. I know people are saying you don't have to laser cut them, but I'm just gonna. I'm gonna measure with my calipers the diameter of this and the diameter of this little shoulder here. And what I'm gonna do is get them so that I run 20 mil here and 20 mil here, that these can just sit. Like, I'm wanting them to be a touch smaller, that I can just press fit them in, and then they'll stay intact in the box. They might move up and down a little bit, but they'll stay intact. But what I'd also like to do is, before putting these in, I'll glue the inserts in. Maybe I won't glue them, but I might glue them in, see what it's like, or I might make them wider so I don't have to glue them in. But we'll see how it goes. Put them in, and then I'm going to put hay in between. So I'll put hay in the middle and that, and then the inserts will be here. I'm going to paint them up, obviously. I'm just going to spray them silver. And then I'll put these in, and they'll rest on the hay. How cool, right? You need to head... Oh my god, hold on. That would be quite... That's kind of cool looking. I mean, that's kind of cool looking. I'm gonna keep them like that because that's what I've had in my mind the whole time I've been doing it. I like them like that. I think that looks really cool. I'm gonna put some hay and stuff in it and it'll look really, really cool. So this then will have a hinge on it, and it even has the original label for those of you wondering about it. It has the original label on it for those of you to see. It's a proper box. Smells beautiful. Needs a little repair. There's 2 little repairs that I need doing to it. But other than that, it's really, really nice. I really like it. And these handles aren't the original leather. They're 2 pieces of like old webbing or a bag or something. But I'm really happy. It's a bit of a hefty one with the grenades in it. With the fake prop wooden grenades. So, gonna move that out of the way. And I'm going to introduce you guys to our victim for tonight. This is my new stick grenade. This is one now. If you're wondering what's happened to the top, I have used a sanding sponge. And I've taken off the logos, if you will. The logos have been removed because logos. Spicy logos. This is hollow, super lightweight. It's actually, tell you what though, it's a little bit lighter, but it's not insanely lighter. But anyway, this unscrews at the bottom and has a little string in it, which you can pull, but I'm going to tell you this right now. You need like a pencil or something on you at all times, because the second you pull it out, good luck to you getting it back in. You have to like push, you have to like unravel it, put it there, and just keep pushing it in. It's such a headache to reset. That's why I'm not going to be pulling that out often, if at all. But I am going to go, look, it has a pull string, but that's it. Not actually pulling it out. It does come out. But you know what? For you on stream, I might do it. What I'll do, I'll paint this up and everything. Right at the end of stream, what I'll do, I'll unscrew it and I'll look at the camera and I'll go, see you all again soon. Bye for now. I'll pull the string and then I'll add in that, you know, effect. The one that's really funny on TikTok, such as the explosion or whatever. Also, at the very top of this, my microphone back, this comes off. It's just hollow. It's empty and it's just, it is what it is. And this also comes off. I don't know why, but it's completely hollow all the way to the top. And then it has just threads, which is interesting. I don't know why. There was a part of me that genuinely was wondering, smoke grenades and stuff, right? You pull the thing and they burn. Fine. They get hot and whatever. I'm looking for something that creates a lot of smoke, like with those smoke grenades used in paintballing and stuff. But instead of doing it in paintballing and whatnot or whatever, I want to be able to essentially, at the bottom of this, you guys can see these, right? Drill a hole here. Can see this flower pattern. Just drill a little hole here, here. And then when I'm ready, pull like a tab of something that smokes that's small enough, pop it in, put this in, screw it back on, and then it smoke, and then I can throw it. I thought that'd be really cool. I'm sorry, I must leave out. No worries. The Pengler, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. You are number 1, by the way. Stonks. Well done. But yeah, I was hoping to do that. But we'll see. Plumber smoke bombs. What's a plumber smoke bomb? Wait, Mr. Titan. Plumber smoke bombs. What are these? What the Dickens? Wait, really? What are they? They're that one's pretty big. Wait, hold on. Smoke pellets. Smoke pellets? Horbin white smoke pellets. Packs of 10. 14 quid. So what do you do? Smoke pellets will produce a dense white smoke that lasts approximately 1 minute. Allows you to direct the flow of air ducts and air conditioning systems and chimneys. Horbin pellets detect the flow of air in chimneys and conditioning air vents. You can actually determine where the air is circulating. So I take it they're not toxic? I take it they're not toxic or anything. £14 for 10 of them. So that's 10 minutes. Returns to warp, love it. So that's 14 quid for 10 minutes. $6.99. So for use for mandatory testing, flumes and chimneys and stuff like that. So how do you hold on? I'm gonna go to make sure there's no it isn't. Okay, cool. Let's go to YouTube. So we're gonna go to YouTube super quick. We're gonna have a look. See what they look like. God, they're loud. Oh, the ones that these guys in the US are using are quite big. Hold on. Small smoke pellets. I'm gonna look for smoke pellets. This is quite a cool thing. Sarah Lecker. Biggest versus smallest smoke bombs. There's some quite cool ones here. Okay, I like that idea then. Thank you so much, Mr. Titan, for passing me on to those. Mini smoke pellets. Yeah, I can mini smoke pellets, past testers and stuff. Use them in the attic. Perfect for mandatory testing. They're also $3.99. Tube of 6 and why is a tube of 10 £43, but a tube of 6 is £3? I don't understand. Cool. Well, I like that. That's very cool. Oh, tube of 100. Sorry, not 10. Oh, it's a tube of 100. Right. That's quite cool. I like the look of that. Okay. So let's go to here. Let's have a gander. Wow, okay. I'm looking at the actual smoke pellets in action. A guy's using the exact little pellets. So, do you light them with a match? Do you? Oh, you light them. You do. You light them with a lighter. Then you just put it on the ground and it emits smoke. Burns for around 60 seconds. That's quite sick. That's quite cool. Okay, thank you, Mr. Titan. Really appreciate that. So yeah, like 2 or 3 will fit into this, and then they'll come out of the holes here, and I can yeet it. That'd be really cool. Awesome. Right. Well, we're gonna start off. First things first. Got to start getting all this like lacquer off. So there's like a really. So if you can see here, this is super shiny. This is now going to be really dull. So I'm gonna get all this lacquer off. Now, as cool as this looks, having it all shiny and new, I am not into shiny and new. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. I like my props to be weathered and old. I like things to look properly worn in. That's why I like old tractors and stuff. Even though I restored mine, but it's still, you know, old and vintage. So we're gonna just sand this until the shiny has come off it. Now, I need to make sure all of it's coming off. There we go. Because not, you know, data redacted, data redacted. Data redacted says Warhammer is 80% vintage stuff, wheeled out from the latest comic. From the latest comic. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Also, welcome, Data Redacted. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am currently just working on some stick grenades. They're props. They're not real. YouTube, they're not real. They're made of wood. They're made of wood and some metal. They are completely inert. They're not real. They don't exist for all you care. So, the reason you have to do this, by the way, is because they put a nice clear lacquer on the wood, which makes it, seals it, makes it look nice and everything, and I like it. But you try and burn that, right? You try and burn that, it will not burn properly. Cool. Now, 2 seconds. I'm going to grab my blow lamp. Does this work? Hello? Does this work? Can you guys hear me? 1, 2, testing. Is this all working now? Let me know if this is working. I'm also gonna unmute my stream. Okay, so apparently what happened was I thought it was the Focusrite 2i2. I thought it was my I thought it was the amplifier or the controller for my microphone. This. I thought it was this. Turns out it was actually the Sub-Zero MB1 in the back just had an absolute strong. Not sure why. Can't tell you for sure. I'm a bit worried that it might have been because I put my my wireless charger on top of it. Or not on top of the Focusrite, but not on top of that. But I don't know why that would have worked. But hey, which light? Also the Maundy 6910. Well, welcome. So many people here. Really, yeah, genuinely, really sorry. Don't know what happened there. We're back. It's all good. Here we are, and we're cracking on. So anyway, right, back to what I was saying. First thing you need to do is take a sanding sponge, sand all of this off. All of the the clear sealer and stuff like that, right? And get it all nice and smooth. And once it's all smooth, by the way, let me just yeah. So get back into the groove. Sand this first, then grab your blowtorch. Now, the first thing you need to do with your blowtorch is put it on a nice low flame and run it gently along this. Now, carrying on from where I was earlier before my microphone died, gently on a low flame, run it over it. The reason being is you'll see that it'll get a little bit wet, and if you're wondering like, well, why is my piece of wood getting wet while I'm using heat on it? Well, what happens is a lot of the sap that's inside it will start coming out. Now, what you do is you keep going over it and over it, and what will happen eventually is you'll start to see the wood start to darken. This is where you can now just slowly go over it. There's a lot of it in this wood. This is quite light wood, so I'm gonna have to like work quite a bit on this. So this is where you need to start darkening it down a bit more, finding that sweet spot, and just taking your time. It does take a bit of time to do this. Using the blue part of the flame, the very tip of the flame, or using the very light blue flame. If you use the very tip like this, just the very top, it will burn a lot of that stuff away, and you'll see it burning away like that. What you can do then is bring in the hotter flame, if you will, and burn that in. That way then it won't give you any issues. So I'm glad the microphone's back and working. We didn't really have many technical difficulties last stream. I say last stream, but a moment ago. But now, for some reason, we are. Now, this wood here, this is a lot different to the wood that I normally have on these sticks. I believe this is a much lightweight, much sort of cheaper wood. But I really like it. I genuinely like the way it looks. It does need a little bit more weathering. It might even get some treatment with like a dark wood stain, personally. But as of right now, I'm just gonna keep burning it essentially and make it look a bit more weathered and a bit nicer looking. And you just need a low heat. You don't need to run the blowtorch on absolute full tilt. There's just no need for it. Just need it on a gentle burn. Try and get the very tops and the edges as well. It's hard to sometimes because you don't want to burn too much of like the paintwork and stuff, even though I'm going to be redoing the paintwork. So I'm going to just There's some bits here I want darker. There's bits here I want darker. And if you're wondering and worried, by the way, like, oh no, I may have darkened a bit too much, just take your sanding block and run your sanding block over it. It'll line it up within a jiffy. Now, I don't want this entirely black, but you can already see the difference between this and the way it looked before. Obviously, you've been here long enough. Is chat still working, by the way? I just want to double check, because YouTube's saying something on my end. I hope they haven't been like, oh, they're grenades, and like taking me off. Ah, thank God. Good. Right. Much appreciated, by the way. I wasn't sure. Yeah, we're here. Good, good, good. Wasn't sure. Wanted to double check. So, keep burning. As you can see, there's still sap trying to come out of this. There will be a lot of it. And with that, obviously, it starts to burn a bit more. So you try not to light that, just to show you again. You bring it out and then it will start catching fire. So that's why I'm saying light flame and keep going around slowly. It's the best way to do it. Anywhere you see that's a bit light and you want darker, just hold the flame on it a little bit. Try and use, like I said, the tip, this blue one here, rather than this very pale blue one. If you want to use the pale blue one, that's when you really want to get some darkness going into it, like there, for example. It's really, really nice. Blackening also makes the wood water resistant too, which is handy. Exactly. So if I wear this outside, it will it'll be good. So I'm just going to get right at the very top here. Get around that a little bit. Happy with that. And then finally, just down the bottom here. I am genuinely pleased with that. Look at that. Look how cool that looks already. Compared to what it looked like when we started, I'm very happy with that. Looks really good. Now, the glue they used to join these together is like a little bit up here, but it's not a problem. Enjoying this chill stream? Yeah, well, it is a chill stream. It's also the joy of chaos painting stream. There will be painting, by the way. This is just the beginning of it. So basically, I'm just showing you guys how I make my stick grenades look the way they look. So I'm really happy with it. Looks really nice. I'm really glad you like it. I'm going to change back to my solo cam super quick, just to keep an eye on the chat. From what I can tell, I need to put a chat in every single scene to keep the chat going. Because when I went to the, what's it called, technical difficulty screen earlier, when I came back, the chat was gone. So I'm going to try that again. Just going to go technical difficulties and then back. There are no technical difficulties, not right now. But just give me a second. And we're back. And chat is still there, so that's good. Awesome. Just wanted to double check that. But it looks really nice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It looks really, really... I'm really happy with how it looks. Now, these bits are a little bit annoying. These here, I can't quite darken those as much as I'd like. Do you know what? I'll give it a go. Maybe a little bit. And then I'll see if I can... Oh, I can. There we go. Darken those bits a little bit more. Nice. Oh, that looks much better. I really like that. Cool. Nice. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to get right at the top again. The top is not as burnt. Whoops. I need a little flame. Yeah, I need to burn the top a little bit more because it doesn't quite match the rest of it. There we go. There we go. Right. So, what I'm going to do now... Leave that there. I'm going to let that cool down a little bit. Because obviously... it's a bit warm. It's not hot, but it is a bit warm. You have to watch out as well. There'll be some sap coming out of some of these woods. And if you do touch some of it and it gets on you, it can burn you quite badly. That's if it's like, you know, still very melty. I'm just going to get rid of some of this glue at the top. Luckily, they've screwed it on as well, so it's fine. But that is very, 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 very warm. Very, very warm. So... what I'm going to do next is bring over my painting station. Normally, my painting station is the table behind me, but obviously I'm streaming now, and painting on stream is notoriously difficult for me because I only have this small area on this particular desk, but I have the other desk, but I haven't got cameras set up or anything. So, right, so we've got that. Got... oops, that there. Got my paintbrushes. I'm gonna grab. Oh, I'm gonna grab the bigger paintbrush too. I bet the one I wanted just fell out. Out of all the paintbrushes that fell out, the one I wanted fell out. That's typical. Typical. There it is. And I have white. And I need this. And I need the black over there. Black over here. And also from the Color Forge, Steel Forge Silver. Actually, I do like Steel Forge Silver, but even better, I'll just mix. Now, as much as I like Color Forge and Steel Forge Silver, I am just going to mix this one. Cool. Mental Gen Pinkthorn, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're working on toys. These are children's toys. First things first. This is metal. Yeah, this is metal. Okay. Ooh, the string is warm. That's quite funny. Ooh, that's quite warm. That's quite funny. Ooh, hold on. No, don't tuck it in like that. Tuck it in like that. There we go. Cool. Right. Well, what I'll do then, I'll just paint the outside cap is what I'm going to do. So the first things first for me. I've got my heat gun. My heat gun's over there. I've got a blow lamp. I'm not going to use a blow lamp, but you know. Right. Okay. So first things first, we're going to mix up some like gunmetal-y color. One of my favorites. Need a little bit of black. And my lollipop stick. Oh my god, did I just get the perfect color? Wow, that was such a fluke. That was such a fluke. Holy crap, that was such a fluke. Man alive, that was a fluke. Perfect color, first time. So, first things first, don't even need to mask off. I'm just gonna paint this. This is how I do this. I just do... Funny thing though, with this, I could just take the cap off, but I'm not gonna. No cap. No cap. So, just going to paint this, because this is the same green, and I'd like it to be like a gunmetal-y kind of silver colour. No, it's the perfect colour every time. Sorry, yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, it's the perfect colour every single time. Thank you, Data Redacted. Nice. I'm quite happy with how this looks. Tell you what though, guys, this stick is still very hot. It's still very, very warm. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm not holding it in the same spot too often. It helps as well, by the way. The paint is drying quite quickly. So I think the heat is making it dry quite nicely. Very cool. Very, very nice. So one or two more coats of this. Because what's really funny is the heat that I've put into the prop is actually drying the paint very quickly, which is kind of interesting. Never had that before. Not this quickly anyway. Nice. Let's get this out onto a tray. Nice. Let's get this out onto a tray. Just gonna clean this. Paints all the time, mixes perfect color, calls it a fluke. Well, it wasn't so much that. Is I knew it was, obviously I know it's Mars Black and I think it's just standard silver, isn't it? Yeah, it's just silver. It's just more. Normally I'll go like silver and then I just do a dob of black and I mix it and I go, it needs to be darker, and then I'll go darker and I go, bugger, it needs more silver. I go back and forward. But that one was just silver, Oh, done. I was just like, that was okay. With this one, I've decided I'm going to paint this bit silver. Since I've got silver left. And then I'm going to paint that a different colour, so that'll be really cool. Quite chuffed about that. This has worked out very well. Let's get you out. God, I'm really enjoying this this one that comes apart. Now, notice I'm not going to paint like inside where the threads are. Reason being is it'll just clog up the threads and make it difficult. So I'm just going to paint where the green is on the collar. And then we'll go from there. What's chat saying? Where's the coffee? I don't have any coffee. No coffee. I like tea. I'm a big tea drinker. Love me a cuppa. Sometimes, right, you'll get the perfect cuppa. Like, my girlfriend made me a cup of tea. And I was just like, this is literally the perfect cup of tea. And I just nursed it. Because I was like, I don't want this experience to end. It's such a nice cup of tea, too. It's really, really nice. I see. It has a secret harbor stash inside. For blue, yeah, blue could absolutely... I'm going to paint the rim, but I'm not painting the threads. Nice. God damn, that's see what I'm really happy with how this looks. So, and I've almost used all the paint. Who'd have thunk it? I need to get it nice and even. Just using a singular brush stroke. Crazy that we're doing 2 streams, by the way. Now I know I said this one was going to go until like 9:30, so we're almost at 9 o'clock now. So this is going incredibly well, considering. Now, the next part is going to be slightly different, because I am going to have to just wander off camera super quick and spray this. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash this. Praise be unto Steph. Yes, indeed. I was going for the Stevie. Oh, right. Sorry. That's not a reference of his I say often. The one I like is, let's get this out onto a tray. And there's a few other ones I like as well. Ooh, chocolate. He really likes the chocolate. Right. I need some blue roll. I had blue roll. Wait, there it is. I was going to say, I did set up this stream. The reason the first stream didn't go so well in terms of like setup is because this stream was already set up and I'd been setting this one up before that one, thinking, oh, the Tankfest one, I'll just get the pictures up and it'll be done. And I was like, oh, whoops. I messed up and forgot some stuff. So that's why the beginning of that stream wasn't like incredible. But yeah, weird that would mess up like that. And I don't know why, but yeah, either way. Wow, there's so many notifications coming through. Oh, that's 97%. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I need to find something that I don't mind getting messy, because I need to put something inside this while I spray it. I do mind that getting messy. I do mind that getting messy. Bear with me. Let's find something like a stick. There we go. I found a threaded rod. So this threaded rod is going to go in there, and I'm going to go and spray this. Tankfest was fun. Tankfest was incredible. So the green I used for all my other ones is a green I've got like left over from forever ago. It's Ford Pine Green. It's just what I currently use. And after I use this and this runs out, I'm going to be moving over to the Colourforge paints, because I absolutely love Colourforge. But right now, I've only got this. Yeah, this is the only green I have, and there's not much of it left. So, what I'm going to do... Yeah, back when Halford's actually made car matching colours, it's insane. This is why this is old. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Be Right Back. I know that doesn't make for good entertainment, but I'm going to go for Be Right Back just to spray this super quick, and I shall be back in a moment. I'll grab the heat gun, And I'll start heating this and getting it all like caked on, and then we're going to do something really, really cool. So be right back. Give me 2 seconds. I won't be long. Just super quick. I know I said it'd be 2 seconds, but not that quick. But just 2 seconds. I'm going to actually put the chat on screen for Be Right Back. Because it currently doesn't have it. So I'm going to just do that. Get rid of that. And then you guys can have a chat on the actual screen. That's like that. There we go. Cool. At least that way you guys can see what you're saying. Right. Anyway. Okay. I will be right back, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. And we are back. And this has been sprayed. Look at that. Really cool, right? So, next job is heat gun, in the hopes that you guys can't hear this too much. I'm going to try and pop it over here. I need to watch cables and stuff, but I also need to make sure that this dries. So, let me know if this is like insanely loud. Lovely color. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's this particular green that I've done for my very first stick grenade, and the only reason I used it is because it was the only green I had left over. But when I test sprayed it first, obviously. Oh, nice, good. Well, I test sprayed it originally. I was like, oh, I need to test it, see what the color's like. I liked the color so much that I was like, I'm gonna use this for the stick grenade that my girlfriend Steph got me. So that's what I've been doing. And I was like, okay, cool. Finished it. Was like, right, okay. What am I going to do now for these new grenades? Found it again. Was like, I don't know if this is going to work. It still, in the can, it still works fine. I'm really happy with it. But yeah, I just need to make sure this dries properly. Make sure this dries properly. Now, we have to watch out as well. Unlike EVA foam, when I'm like using a heat gun on this metal, oh, it's got a little ding in it. Oh yeah, all right, okay, cool. I know what's wrong. This metal is going to get hot. Now, super quick. There's a little ding in it, and a little ding in it, and I don't like that there's a little ding in it. There you go. There's no longer a ding in it. And normally I don't spray when I'm not outside. I buggered off outside to spray, so just outside by the workshop door super quick. So I don't spray when I'm inside, but I did tap it against the microphone a little bit when I came back. And when I tapped it against the microphone, it took a little bit of the wet paint off before I started drying it, so that's why it can't hear it at all. It's all right. The mic blocks all the sound. Oh, that's awesome. That's sick as fuck. I'm just gonna dry this. But it is a lovely colour. It really is a lovely colour. So you got to watch out that this doesn't just absolutely burn the shit out of me when I'm done drying it. I tell you what though, guys. Ooh. Tell you what though, right? It is the next bit that I am absolutely cacking myself at. Oh wait a minute, where the fuck is it? I know where that is. Oh my god, hold on. I may have lost a little vital part of my next of the next part of the paint job. So now that's what happens when you have such a small desk. Chris, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just give me un momento. I'm just finding something very important that I need for the next part. There it is. Found it. It's a bit of upholstery foam. It's a bit of scrap upholstery foam. You'll see why in just a minute. Anyway, Chris, how you doing? You got this. Flashbacks to 8-year DTU where I did burn myself with a heat gun. Do you know what? What's really interesting about it is I have not burnt myself with this. But what I have done is, like, this has fallen and whatever it's landed on, it's melted. Now, I know normally these have protective covers over them. Mine keeps coming off. I've tried taping it on, but the tape gets hot and then it melts and does whatever. Fancy high-tech tools. This heat gun, bear with, this heat gun, let me just tell you exactly. I need to tell you exactly, because I'm genuinely interested myself. If I go to my cosplay page and go right to the very, 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 very bottom of the page and find a specific album with a picture of stilts, nice. Where is it? I know I took a picture of it. There it is. I bought this heat gun. This heat gun right here, okay? This heat gun right here. And yes, I am actually. I'm going to show you guys the screen. I bought this heat gun on the 10th of September, 2016. I uploaded this on the 12th, but I put 10th of September because this was the 10th of September. That's when I bought this heat gun. This very heat gun. That's insane. Do it like that. Yeah, that's insane. This heat gun's nearly 10 years old, and all I've had to do to it, now I know people are going to be like, what the fuck? All I've had to do to it is replace this switch. See this switch here? Veterans of this channel, vets, people who fully like understand that, you know, people who've been to this channel, people who've been in this channel many a year. Do you guys remember when the first switch broke and I mounted that big ass connector switch on it? It was the one where the red flick cap, and you would flick it on, it would be full power, and that's it. Oh my god, I'm gonna see if I can find it just by typing the word switch into my search box. If I find it, oh my god, there it is. That's so funny. Hold on, do I have it? Yes, I do. This is the okay. So on the 30th of May 2019. Okay, 30th of May 2019. Fucking Christ! I'm gonna turn the music off. Ready? This is what I did on the 13th of May 2019. Because I'll tell you why. Because I got this. This broke. So I took the wires out of it because this switch died. I took these wires out of it. And I was really sad. But I had this one arrive for a different project. And I thought, well, it's got 2 terminals instead of 3. I'll just wire the most powerful one. And just have it so that it's just full power on and then flick it off. And you know what? It might have been stupid, but it worked. You know what I mean? I love it. That makes me so happy. Right, okay. Stuck to that a little bit, but that's all good. There's nothing on it. That's now cooled down. This is also dried. Oh my god, this is like Blue Peter levels of going like insanely well. Now, what's really cool is I can unscrew this and look, it's green inside. So you get multiple colors. And I didn't want to paint the threads. I've painted threads before. They just end up chewing the shit out of each other, and that's it. And then the paint gets all clogged in it. It's crap. When the heat gun gets a race car treatment, I'm not even kidding to you, right? For those of you, I wonder, Ranger of Krieg was there obviously, but I wonder who was here and remembers that post. Because, man alive, that takes me back. Hold on, let me check super quick. That was 30th of May. Let's check the people who reacted. 25 people. Forges of Ruin cosplay. Shiona. Lucas. Robert Dean Wooten. Love that. Paul Dens. John Parrish, James Bailey. Yeah, loads of the OG. William Rambo. William liked it. Man. That's so nice. Miss Will. I really do. Actually, something. I know this is out of the blue. I'm so sorry. This is so out of the blue. But, actually, I need this camera. I'm going to show you guys something super quick. I know this is a bit jank. I know this is a bit jank, but I don't care. I got to show you guys this. I got to take the camera off. Sorry if this is making people feel unwell. But I've got to show you the front of the PC super quick. Check out. There it is. Hello, my name is Rambo, William. Because, and I'll tell you this, okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, okay? Many of you know that years ago, he helped me with this PC. I was having trouble. My friend Tux, again, thank you to Tux, seriously. He'd helped me with getting a computer sorted, just some random PC. We found parts and whatever. We just put a PC together, and it was great. And it could only do so much, and the streaming quality was okay, and I was very limited to what I can do. When I clicked start streaming, if I like messed up, like clicked something, got opened and opened something else, the whole stream would die. There are streams, if you go back, there are streams where I'm doing the Ironware Cosplay Q&A Season 1, Season 2, and it's janky, the quality's terrible, but it's what I had at the time. When it came to me needing to get a PC put together and everything, I was trying to save up, and I was at a crap job at the time. And Will came out of nowhere. We were friends, obviously, but Will came out of nowhere, and he basically was just like, hey, look, I have parts. I have old spare parts and whatever. If we find something to put them together. So I got the GPU thanks to you guys, thanks to everyone in the community who like donated and helped. I had a donation goal. And I bought the GPU. I think I bought the GPU on stream. I think I actually bought it on stream, which was crazy at the time. On my phone, obviously not on the PC, because again, the PC was not great. But Will passed away, and yeah, it was not the best back in I think it was back in February when I was unwell, um, and ever since then, obviously, I immediately, no, well, once I got better, obviously, and I got the PC out again and everything, I took one of my "Hello, my name is" stickers and wrote Rambo and William on it. So yeah, this PC will forever be known as Rambo. This PC is always Rambo. Still has all the original parts in it. Still has all the original parts and everything in it. And yeah, he's my boy. He's my boy. I love this PC. This streaming PC means a lot to me for that, basically. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Will was a really good friend. Will was incredible, and I miss him dearly. Miss him very, very dearly. So yeah, that I do you know what, that just came out of the blue. I just wanted to mention that because I don't think I've posted. I didn't post about the name change. I didn't post a picture or anything because I just didn't want to. It was just, I don't know. It's just something I did for myself. But I'm more comfortable now. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to show chat. Here you go, chat. This is what the computer's named now. So yeah, good old Rambo. Love Rambo. It was. I did get my community name in the PC, obviously, when Will was around. Obviously, my community, you guys named the PC Machine Spirit Chevron. That's what you guys named it, and I did love that name. I really did, but I couldn't keep that name when everything happened. But yeah, I've changed the name, and I'm really happy. We now have Rambo. So if anyone asks how Rambo is, my PC is doing well. So yeah, sorry, I know it's a random tangent. I know, sorry about that, but yeah, get the tunes back on and show you guys what I've been up to. So handle looks stunning. What I like is the random dark patches, just random dark patches. Not one consistent color. I think it looks really nice. Let's do a comparison, shall we? Ooh, hey, I could have blown up there. Let's do a comparison. What we'll do, I'll grab my OG one. So here's my OG one. This is the original. Not bad at all. Hey? Doesn't look too shabby. Now you can see there are a lot of differences in how they look with the shoulder and the collar and everything. Right? So this is my OG one. And this is one I recently made. Literally yesterday. So you can see this one's also different. They're the same scale and size, a little bit taller, I believe. Yeah, a little bit longer, I'd say. If I put the bottom, actually, I'll just do that. Yeah, it's a little bit taller. It's hard to show you on camera, but they are a little bit taller. One is slightly taller than the other. This one's taller. But yeah, so there you go in the box. And this one's going to get painted. So this is what this looks like. I'm very, very happy with how this has turned out. And like I said, this is how quick they are. And it's really, really nice to do. So next up is something quite fun. It's the bit I'm worried about the most. This is where we do the Aquila. Now, all I use is white paint and a sponge. I don't do any watering down because my template is made of paper. This is my template. Now, here's something really cool. I want to be completely honest with you guys. See this one here? This one I painted by hand. It's really hard to show you how not great it is, but I painted this one by hand. Took a while, really did, genuinely. Took forever. The beaks, I'm not overly happy because if you can see, this beak and that beak are two different sizes. And I did mess up here. I joined the necks, so I had to repaint the green in the middle. And as you can see as well, this here is closer. See how this is closer, this is far away. There's a lot of stuff I'm happy about it. There's a lot of stuff I'm unhappy about it. But it is what it is. I tried my best. I did what I did. You know. It's awesome. And this is my original one. And I will always remember this one because this is what my girlfriend got me. This one has a dot on the eye. I'm not going to put a dot on the eye of any of the others, so I'll always remember that this is this one. I was also going to put a mark on the bottom of it, so I remember. But this one is, yeah, the 5 foot rule. Here you go. Here you like the Aquila? It's cool, right? Hold on. We'll just do this. There you go. You look cool. Do you like it? I'm glad you like it. But yeah, anyway, so that is that. Now, on to this. This is where it gets a bit finicky. Right, now then. Just got to try and make sure that it's dead straight. So the way I've cut the paper is so that it sits basically right on the edge here. I used guillotine to make sure it was dead straight. And that is dead straight. The top isn't. The top is like the least straight. See how it goes that to big. But the bottom is bang on. Now you're probably wondering, oh, you got all these like Aquila bits are sticking up or whatever. The second I start dabbing from here, these come down. They don't stick down. You don't really want them to stick down. That means there's paint underneath them. And I just keep dabbing along in one direction until I get to here, and then I'll go back in this direction. Once I've done it all, I'll go over once again. So this is the last bit other than a little bit of weathering. Thanks so much, by the way, for saying it looks incredible. I really appreciate it. So, that came out with a bit of a bang. So what we're going to do, we're going to just get a bunch of this together. Now, I don't want it, like, thick, so I'm just going to dab a lot like this all over the palette just to get it, like, all over the sponge. But I want it nice and thin, as in, when I say thin, not water thin, but just, like, thin flat like that. See, it's not just a big thick lump. See, it's all even. It's very even on this. So now I can just start going over this slowly. Nice. Okay, good start. Let me fold these back over. These are folded a little bit since I used it last. There we go. So we're going to just keep dabbing. I'm going to get some more paint. I mean, we like Jank and Scruff. I mean, true. Who doesn't like Jank and Scruff? Jank and Scruff, that sounds like a TV program. It should be called a TV program called Jank and Scruff. Now, fingers crossed this is going to work on stream. This is the bit I've been the most nervous about. And then from here, then you do it this side then. You follow the lines. Don't go against the grain, because if you go against it, it will, well, it won't work out very well. I think this side has kind of not gone well, but that's what the spray is for. Right. So, sponge in there. Blue roll. Got no water there. There we go. Get all that off. Jack Scruff, robot and puppy. Right, so next up, it's a little bit of heat because it's just acrylic paint, so it'll dry pretty quickly. I've already seen one mess up. I think I've seen two screw-ups that I'm going to have to correct by hand. So, you know, it happens. I have before now, by the way, rubbed off the acrylic paint while it was still wet. So what I did was I took it off before drying and then wiped it off. If I have to do that now, I'll probably just leave it and do it off screen. But right now, this is what it looks like. I'm hoping it looks better than what I think it does. Kind of does. One of the pieces of paper, I believe, has torn. Yes, it has. Let me grab my scalpel. Yes, indeed, one of the pieces of paper has indeed completely torn off. Wow. That's a first for everything there. Well, I mean, it could be worse. I sure as fuck have done worse. So, what I like to do now is use these brushes. And there's one particular brush I like to use. And that is this little fella. And it's a number 10/0. I'm not really sure Get rid of that. There we go. So what I start doing now is I'll start cleaning up, especially these bits of paper. So for some reason, a lot of the paper, a few of the little bits of paper have come off. So that's kind of frustrating. Not sure why. I know I'm doing it quite close to myself, and that's because it's quite delicate work right now. Nice. Ooh. Okay. This isn't too shabby. I'm just gonna do a little bit more cleanup in some of these areas. Not an insane amount of cleanup, but enough that I'm happy. Because this is the one that's going to go on my Krieg cosplay from now on. So I'm going to make sure that it's, you know, serviceable. But I like this brush in particular because it's got a square head and it does a really good job at cleaning up. Oh, son of a bitch. That's you son of a bitch, I'm in. God damn. I'm really pleased. That was barely any cleanup. That was like minimal cleanup. I've done a lot worse. I was a bit worried about how this was going to go on stream. Because I'm going to be like, well, the ones off stream went really well. Nice. Now, funny thing, I actually need a bit of white now. So what I'm going to do... dry that, and then grab a bunch of white. And this time, chat, I'm thinning my paints. I need to thin it out a little bit with the water I've got on my palette. But I've got to mix it and mix it and mix it until it gets a proper consistency. There we go. Oh, there's a bit too much water on there now. Hold on. Try that out. Grab a little bit like that. There we go. Now, there's a little bit here that's not, like, painted enough for me. So, like, I've cleaned up the edges and everything, but it's not quite. But the thing I've got to watch out for is that I don't do it too smoothly and fill it perfectly, because then it's all going to want to have to look like that, which is, well, to me anyway. But, yeah, I just need to tidy up one or two little bits. Really annoyed the paper's come off. Like, that's the reason the reason I don't use any water in it is because you don't want. I'm very happy with that. Clean that. There's a little bit here that needs doing. Where is it? Right in the middle here. Nice. And right there. And it's straight too. It's a little bit lower than what I thought, but then this is taller. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys on this camera. What do you guys think? Could be better. But then, you know, they're manufactured. They go pretty quickly. Oh, I just saw a little bit more I got to do. Bear with me, chat. That's better. Right. Hey, I thought I'd give you a watch while doing bits of packing up before moving day tomorrow. Hey! Hello, how you doing? You good? Thank you so much for being here. I'm just making stick grenades. Well, stick grenade. I've made the other ones. So this now requires gentle heat from a distance. I'm just going to put it under the desk and just blow some heat on it because you don't want any of the paint to run or anything. So how come you made 3 grenades? You're planning on using them all on one COSPLAY. So, you weren't here, I don't think, data redacted. So what I'll do, I will show you. I'll pack this up and then I'll show you. Then you'll know exactly because I explained it at the start of the stream, but I don't think you were here at the very beginning of this particular stream. But no problem. I will grab everything and show you now. Right, so that is now cooked on. Really happy with how that looks. Now, the top is super clean. It's like, super clean. That's what matte black is for. So, we're going to use a bit of matte black. Normally, again, I do this outside. But just for your sake, just to show you. This kind of distance, you just go like that. Little squirts all the way around. And normally, I do it around the Aquila first. Like that, around the Aquila first. Then, I'll do bits around the back and go a bit heavier. And then a little bit on the top. What that does is that. See? So it doesn't look so cartoonish and you know? Doesn't look so cartoonish and meh. I think it looks a lot better like that. Now, another thing I do. Just take a look at one of the ones I did the other day. See, it's got a little brown. So as you turn it, see, it's got a little brown, coppery tinge to it. It depends which way you go. Sometimes you see it more, sometimes you see it less. But it's just got a little spattering of random brown in it, just to make it look a bit more like it's been had. You know, see, there's a little tinge of brown here. Can't really see it, and then you see it, and then you see it on the Aquila, obviously. So, what I do there, again, really altered, hardly any left. I will grab this, just from a distance. Done. Just a few little squirts. Done. There's a little tinge of brown in it. Might go a little bit heavier, actually. There we go. A little bit heavier. And there you have it. It just looks like a stick grenade. I'm really, really happy with it. It's weathered really nice around the edge, around the bottom. Ooh, underneath. What about that? There we go. Forgot about the underside. There. Now that's got a bit of black on it. Nice. No need for brown on that one. So, let's pop these away. I need some of that old spray paint. So I can now get rid of this Aquila, unfortunately, because it has, a few bits have ripped on them. Doesn't matter. I can always laser cut another one. If I need to. So, get rid of that. Clean up, bit of housekeeping. Housekeeping here. Tidy that up, throw that away. Cool. Into there. Grab the bucket. Another bucket for Monsieur. And perhaps a hose. I'll put you there. Right. Nice. Right. There you have it. So, if you look at a before and after, if I go, for example, I'm going to go to the website I bought it from, because they literally can't say anything against me for using their image, because I literally bought one from them. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And all it took was a small blowtorch, silver and black acrylic paint, green spray, black spray, a touch of brown, white acrylic paint, and a stencil. And that's all it took. Turn that into this. So they do come really nice. They do come really nice. Like you see, it comes there. It comes with the horrible logo on it, whatever. I sanded off the words. But as you can see, this is what it looks like. I might even, just for you guys, I'll just increase the size. And there you go. So you guys can see literally night and day. This looks grungier. It looks more grim. It looks more real, in my opinion. I like the wood. The wood looks nice. It is called... it is called Soldier of Fortune. Oopsie daisy. It's called Soldier of Fortune. If you go there and buy one, let them know I'm where a cosplay sent you. Not that they know me, but tell them that a cosplayer who bought one from you at Tankfest. Yeah, there you go. Not at Tankfest, sorry. A cosplayer bought one from you online. I was going to buy one at Tankfest. I bought two from Tankfest, but I didn't grab a third. But that's what it looks like. I'm very, very, very happy with how this looks. The fact that it comes apart and everything is genuinely really cool. Obviously, the weathering hasn't gone into where the threads are. Like, when I take this off, the green is still really nice, but it doesn't matter, because that's what it looks like. So that's it. But I did say, data redacted, that I was going to show you something. And I still intend on showing you something. Put the stick grenade up there for now. We are going to go back to this camera. And I'm going to reset. This is my current work in progress for an event I've got coming up called Fantasy Forest. This is a real German ammunition crate, number 88. I don't know why it's 88. I think it might be 88. I'm not sure. For rounds of ammunition or whatever. I'm not sure. But this is what I've done recently. And as you can see, I put a big Aquila on the front of it. I have a big template that I did. And I, again, sponged it all on. Really, really nice. And then what I did is I took my sanding sponge really quickly over it. Just once or twice. And it makes it look a bit worn on the edges and stuff. It looks really nice. Inside this, data redacted, is 3 stick grenades. Prop replica wooden stick grenades. Now, my plan, like I said at the start of stream, is I'm going to put 20mm strips here. So there'll be one here and one down here to hold these in place. They're going to be slightly smaller than what they need so that they can like fit in and hold them. And then between here, there'll be one there, obviously, and then here, between here and there, will be some hay. I'm just going to get some hay, like pull it up, stuff it in, and then slip these in, and it'll look really cool, really authentic. This box is not getting any treatment other than the Aquila. The box is original as it is, with rusted hardware and everything. Really happy with how it looks. This is my original one in the middle that my girlfriend got me. That's my original one, and then these two, the new ones I made recently, both sides. And yeah, it's really, really awesome. I really like how they look. This one does stick out because obviously it was lathed differently. These are done on a lathe, and the pattern for this one is different to these two, hence why I like to keep this one in the middle. I recognize this one immediately. I've not put the Aquila eye on the left head because I'd rather just keep it like just as is so I can recognize my one a bit better. There we go. So that's how, that's why even, data redacted, I bought all of the stick grenades. So this is what I've done. I'm then gonna, obviously, when I get the leather through, the leather's on the way, I'm gonna put leather. The leather buckle goes back on here. I've got all the original hardware. The leather buckle will go here, then 2 pieces of leather will go here and here, just like they were when I got it originally. And then these straps aren't the original ones, but they're old and they're weathered and they look really cool. The original leather ones are here, but I don't mind. It picks up really nicely. But obviously they do roll around inside because they have nothing to hold them. So, yeah. But can I just say a massive thank you to everyone. This has been such a fun stream with only one slight error, and that was that. But I'm really happy with the fact that we only had that one microphone issue. So that's made me very happy. I did forget to do this though, so I'm going to do this now, just so I've got it there at least. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So anyway, yeah, I'm really happy with how this went. This has gone really, really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed. Chat's been really good. This chat down the bottom here, this has gone really well because I've had some problems with the chat as of late. But I'm really happy with how it's been going. Chat's been going really well. The new cable works and everything's been running really nicely, except obviously that one little microphone mess up. But other than that, yeah. So there is one last thing I want to do. I also want to turn it into like a funny TikTok or a video or something. So I am gonna get rid of chat super quick. Just get rid of chat like that. I'm going to grab my new stick grenade and I'm going to move my microphone back a little bit. And I'm going to say, I'm going to be like, right, okay. So, chat, this is the completed Warhammer 40k stick grenade. This one unscrews at the bottom and has a little rope inside it. And when you pull the rope, there you go. And then I'm going to put an explosion in there. And I think that'd be really cool. Now, getting this rope back in is such a fucker as well. So that's going to be a fun little video. It's just going to go... So, fingers crossed. Right, anyway, right now, I'm just going to get all of this in. I'm not even kidding about this. This is literally how you have to do it. It's such a headache. That's why I'm going to make sure that if I hand it to people, I go, it has got a string in it. Do not fucking pull it. Oh my god. Right, okay. There we go. So that then can just go back in there, ready to be pulled out as and when I need it. But yeah, so that's the completed stick grenade. I'm really happy with it. This is the one that'll be going on my cosplay for now because it's super lightweight and it comes apart and everything, which I really like. So it's got a bit more tactile, like, you know, stuff to it. I'm really happy with how the Aquila came out. Really happy with how that looks. Obviously, there's some few little jagged edges and stuff, but 6 foot rule, as Pinkthorn said. 6 foot rule. Anyway.
Sir, reinforcements have arrived.
Phoenix, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously. You did not have to. Really means a lot. Thank you, Jody. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. You're a member of the Cannon Fodder community now. Yay! And my Cannon Fodder account went up as well. Thank you so much. We're 10 away. I'm 10 away from my goal. That's really awesome. Thank you again. Seriously, I really appreciate you guys. This has been such a fun stream. We've gone over time just a little bit, but I don't care. I'm really happy. Anyway, from me, Iron Warrior Cosplay, I want to say a massive thank you to you all, and I hopefully will see you all again on the next stream, which hopefully will be another Joy of Chaos painting stream, possibly. But we are going to do the Fleet Air Arm Museum and a bit more of Tankfest on another one, so I can just fit in a little bit more. But I'm really, really excited for it. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys at Fantasy Forest near the end of the month. That'd be really awesome. But as of right now, I've been Iron Warrior Cosplay. Thank you so much for being here. And I shall see you all again soon. Bye for now.